The Joe Rogan Experience.
When you were talking about how everyone with a 6-year plan, it's not going to work. It's never going to work. It seems to me that with the romanticism of the cults and the way that it's ingrained in the culture and that they look at these people like folk heroes, that this is a generational problem. It seems like many generations before it changes and calms down. And I would struggle to think of what would be the thing that could cause it to calm down. Like what could be the catalyst for change?
Yeah, and more so than things kind of things are getting even more complicated now with migrant caravans going through Mexico now, and now you have all these displaced people from South America now adding on to the problem of an already existing.
How big is the caravan? We hear about it on the news, like from Fox News talks about it, like scare tactics.
Okay, so I don't know, and people can fact check me on this, but I was probably one of the first ones to publicly say that they were going to go, the first caravan is going to go straight to Tijuana. Everybody was, no, they're not going to go straight to Tijuana. That's just too far off. They should just go to Texas. And they went straight to Tijuana. And, there were about 3,000 strong when they got there, maybe a bit more. And, a bunch of memes came up because of it. As they were going through all of Mexico, most of the people were pretty welcoming because they weren't going to stay. They were like, here's a water. Like when somebody's doing a jog, a running marathon, they would hand a water bottle and, good riddance. They finally got to TJ, and TJ is very conservative. Like politically, is very conservative place. And they met with a wall of protesters wearing "Make Tijuana Great Again" hats.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And I may or may not have produced a few of those myself and handed them out. Right? And all of a sudden, you see the mayor of Tijuana with a "Make Tijuana Great Again" hat on his head.
Wow.
And the reason why they were so adverse to these guys coming in is that they were, a lot of them, gang members, 14th Street gang members. The reason why they didn't go the other route is because they would have to have crossed Los Zetas territory, which is a cartel that has problems with the 14 gang. So they were curtailing that. They were complaining about the food they were getting at the shelters. This is a third world country feeding third world migrants, and we were feeding them tortillas and beans. And there's a famous lady that was like, I'm not going to eat this. This is pig. It's pig meat.
Look at this. Make Tijuana great again.
So it's trolling on another level.
Wow.
So these guys came in, but people started calling the people from Tijuana racist. The brown people from Tijuana are racist against other brown people.
Wow.
And you would see some of some of the news agencies from the U.S. come down, and volunteer groups, hippies, with sending all their donations to these people in some of these migrant caravan camps. They would grab the donations, turn around, and sell it on the backside. All of these things they would sell on the backside. So we had just absorbed about 2,000 or 3,000 Haitian immigrants after the earthquake in Tijuana. No problems at all. They're integrated into the culture. All of a sudden now we have Haitians in the culture, no problem at all. But these guys came in, they were really kind of disruptive in that way, right? So,
do you think it was because of all the attention they were getting?
Yeah. That's what they wanted. They wanted to create some sort of situation on the border, so they rushed the border a few times. I was around there when the famous picture of the lady with the kids running towards the border happened. They were throwing rocks at the border patrol guys, and that's they got the gas in response.
And that's when she was running away.
Yeah, and they had a lot of people there
throwing rocks.
Yeah, they threw rocks constantly. That was their thing. And
it's funny how a photo can give you a totally different perspective.
Again, anybody that's doubting any of this, go down to Tijuana and ask the people from Tijuana. The Tijuana people did not want those people there. They saw them as disruptive. Crime went up. One of the encampments that they have was next to a school. The school had to be shut down because of all the needles and stuff that was getting found outside of the playground in the school. It was a mess, a nightmare. And then we would see it on the news, and it was like flowers and, on the narrative. The narrative was like, well, I don't know what these guys are talking about.
Well, Trump is such a polarizing figure that anything that would be anti-immigration like that, like anti-migrant, they just don't even want to hear it.
But the weird thing is how a lot of people, Mexicans, like Trump.
Yeah,
which is
really.
Well, yeah.
Why is that?
I think the whole I'm going to defend our people type thing. Mm-hmm. That's
they like that.
Yeah, and people have to remember most Mexicans are very conservative. Catholic conservative guys, so it kind of resonates with them a little. But again, we're divided as well as you guys are politically. So there's a lot of to the left type leaning people down there. So they again narrative divide and conquer.
But the people on the left, what is their perspective on the migrant caravan?
Oh, support it. Open the borders. Let them through.
But they're not boots on the ground.
No. Well, they're not that you're not boots on the ground. Their cities are not the ones that are hosting all these people.
Right. They're not right there while it's going down. They don't have a realistic perspective of it.
So
it's a narrative.
So imagine this caravan came into TJ and affected the businesses, the cross-border and tourism business of all the people that live there. Mm-hmm. So a lot of businesses actually closed down because of these people coming in.
Really?
And the only reason they came in, was to disrupt and create an international scene, which is exactly what they did.
So did they plan on actually trying to get across, or
they were planning on jumping the fence and claiming asylum on the other side? And the famous Lady Frijoles that I kind of made famous on my Instagram account, she jumped the fence, claimed asylum, went to Texas, and then her and her sister assaulted somebody somewhere, and then she got arrested, got deported probably. So, that's kind of the story of these people. And then you would attract some of these people on social media. So they would be all poor in the Migrant Caravan videos they would have on the news. And then you would see them on their social media accounts from back home, like Louis Vuitton bags and stuff like that, Mm-hmm. Maybe a fake one, but still, they were fronting.
They're flossing.
It's a weird dynamic on the border. And as far as, I think it's being utilized in a lot of ways as a political type thing, is currently because of the president you guys have up here.